Welcome everyone, this is Bullet Catcher 47 with JWS Wrecking Crew clan, showing you our first successful attempt at Oryx hard mode battle. This is one that we used, what I think is, and we all concluded was the best strategy that worked for us. Now I know other guys use different strategies, but we've tried them all and this one worked for us. This one we're using 16 orbs at once, so it would also be the challenge mode. Though this is not challenge mode, but it is the same strat, which is a good idea to practice it. That way when challenge mode does roll around, it will make it a whole lot easier. That's the way that you just do it. Now, the basic layout, we've got 3 Titans, we got 2 Warlocks, and a Hunter. Now, the Hunter is running the relic. It looks like that the Hunter is the best character to run the relic on. It seems that the jumping ability without the Bones of AO seems to be best suited for running the relic. He can get it done really quick. That, and he's just a very highly skilled player. You did see there that his jump almost screwed us up at the first go. He kind of just jumped straight up, didn't get on the plate. I almost went before him, which would have given me the brand, of course. But luckily, we worked that out, and he got up there. So just keep a heads up on that. Now, our strategy, you'll see the 2 bubbles up on the platform opposite where Oryx is. That will change if he changes sides, of course, but we'll just put the 2 Titan bubbles, 1 blessing, 1 weapon, and our 2 Titans just mow down the ogres. Now, the people on the plates, the 3 plates, are responsible for their knights. Now, when we get to the 4th knight, he comes out last, of course, since the 4th ogre is the last one to drop. And everybody should already be on top. They can step in or out of the bubble to protect themselves from ants. And everybody just makes sure that the 4th knight is down. Each person called out the knights that they killed. So I, being plate number 1, as soon as I got my knight down, I'll let everybody know that knight 1 was down, and knight 2, 3, so on. And like I said, as a group effort, we take out the 4th knight. The relic runner will take out the vessel and take the Aura of Immortality from him. That he was the only one that is not running a touch of malice because he's using an exotic sword, which is ideal for taking out the vessel. That's just the way that we do it. And I don't know if that would work for you, but it really worked well for us. So if he had any problem killing the vessel, if it took off running, he was unable to kill it with the sword, we were all down in the bottom, he would call out, let us know when he was in the bottom. Make sure that the ship goes by. If you jump down too soon, the ship will kill you. If you're too close to the edge of the platform, the ship can kill you when it goes by. Why it does that, I'm not really sure. It doesn't look like the ship really goes on top of the platform, but nevertheless, it's happened. It'll kill you anyway. Now, this is the obviously the shade phase. First person in is always going to have a bit of a breather because the shade doesn't come in instantly. So that person needs to know as soon as that shade is coming in, anybody that's on the outside needs to have a heads up to jump as soon as they start teleporting so that they can be in the air because otherwise sometimes it will spawn you in directly under the blade, so you're dead before you even realize you were there. So it's really important to use call-outs to make sure that you're communicating well and let everybody know what's going on with the shade. You'll also notice that we used a blessing bubble in there. That was ideal. That's why we had the 3rd Titan. Mainly just to run that blessing bubble so that we could use Touch of Malice to take down the shade. It's very effective, but without a blessing, your health does not regen once you're in the dimension. So if you start getting hit by adds, you use that with the Touch of Malice, you're probably going to die, and that's going to wipe. So very important to just time everything correctly. Make sure that you're communicating with your teammates and that everybody is on the same page. So like I said, don't get too close to that ship when it comes in. Now there's our relic guy. He has hit the the vessel, excuse me. Hit the vessel, and we just helped finish him off. And then we're going to, of course, flinch Oryx and then concentrate on adds. Just mainly anything that's shooting at you. If the hunter happens to have their tether back, you can bunch up in the middle, let the thrall come to you. While you're in the aura, you can tether inside the aura to make orbs. It's very important to try to make as many orbs as you can so that your ad titans, your ogre killers, will always have a bubble as soon as they come back in from being torn between dimensions. So it's really important to try to make orbs anytime you can. That is a critical step. Without that, you're not going to make it. So anyway, right here, apparently we don't have a tether at this time. One of our warlocks was running Stormcaller. One was running Sunsinger to res, but it wasn't necessary because nobody died. But the Storm Trance works good too. It's probably the second best way to make a buttload of orbs in a short amount of time. But it's you just got to concentrate on making sure there's always plenty of orbs for your Titans. So here I haven't been transported in yet, so anybody that's on the outside, try to take down as many ads as you can. I know they're hard to shoot, but you don't want to run the risk of trying to run up real close. If you get too close to the Thunderdome, as we refer to it, it will kill you. Also, melees at the time that you spawn in and spawn out of the dimension, we have found that there have been times that the melee itself will throw you into either the inside or the outside wall of the right when it's doing the teleporting, and it will throw you against the wall and kill you. So be very careful with your melees, especially if you haven't been teleported in, because you don't know exactly when that's going to happen. But most especially when the shade is fixing to drop, make sure you're not meleeing at that time, because it may end up throwing you into the wall and killing you. We did have that happen on a previous run. This was our 4th attempt, and we pulled it off flawlessly. But I can't stress enough, we've been trying this since the 1st of December. We've been to this stage multiple times and just couldn't get it. We lost a couple of key personnel, which was not easy to replace. But we also found out that there are some connectivity issues. If you're not running a wired connection to your console, and you just keep having lag issues and weird things, a lot of that has to do with servers, but even more so it has to do with your connection to the console. It needs to be wired. While internet speed is important, it's not the only cause of lag problems. Lag problems also have to do with running a wireless connection because of encryption 2 ways and a bunch of other stuff that I don't really know exactly how it works, but I do know how it doesn't work, and it doesn't work great. We actually have 3 consoles that were running a wireless connection, and that was just making this particular battle, which is plagued with a lot of issues to begin with, just impossible to complete. So all of our consoles are wired now. Another thing to be aware of, Destiny is a P2P or a peer-to-peer platform that it runs on. So what that means is that if anybody on your fire team has a slow connection, everybody else can be fantastic, be wired, they're running 60, 70 megabytes a second internet, that's great. But if you got that one guy that's red barring, it's going to slow everybody down. So it's going to sync to the slowest person, the slowest connection that you have. So if you've got a guy that's a great player, really good person, you have a lot of fun and chuckles in that, but he just always has that red internet connection. You're probably not going to have a lot of luck doing the Oryx battle in particular with that guy, because it's going to cause a lot of problems. It's going to make it the shade doesn't take damage, or the platforms don't activate, or ogres don't come out, and it's painful to do so sometimes, but if you want to be able to successfully do it, everything's got to be spot on. It's a very complex mechanic for this battle. There's a lot of different things going on, and if it doesn't go on seamlessly, you're not going to be able to get it. You're going to fail every time. So it took us a while to get back to this point, but like I said, this is our strategy. This is what works for us. I know a lot of guys want to put the bubbles in the middle at the bottom. We've tried that 1,000 times. It seems like every time we go out to kill the 3rd or 4th ogre, there's so many acolyte eyes and things like that. As soon as the titans walk out, even with the blessing's instantly gone, and you just get melted down. So That's why we use it on top. It keeps our platform guys, as soon as he gets the relic, he's going to tell us, and we're going to jump up on top. Just like that. Now, okay, go over and you can grab your blessing and your weapons. Our runner is right now taking out the vessel. You can see the vessel is not actually down yet. That's why we all jump in and kill it. He called out to let us know he did not get it, so we could all focus on it. See, we've got plenty of time. Oryx hasn't even opened his chest yet. Now he has. Now he's flinched. Now, at this point, we're going to start a countdown. To me, it's very important that everybody get to their bombs at the right time. If you're not coordinated and everybody's not there at the right time, either the bombs are not going to go off in the right order. If somebody sets their bombs off early and runs back into the aura of immortality, they don't die, but it just canceled out all the rest of the bombs, so you failed anyway. So it's very important to not be an individual at that point. You must work as a team. Now, all 16 bombs have gone off in one massive explosion, and Oryx is going to come to the end for the final shot. So that's pretty much what we did. You know, I hope this helps with any problems. You know, like I said, your connection is important. Make sure that it's wired and everybody works as a team and communicate. But at the end of the day, have fun. That's the main thing. It is a game, and just go with it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I appreciate it. Bullet Catcher 47, peace out.